Have you ever heard of an empire that lasted for over 1,000 years? No, I'm not talking about Rome. I'm talking about one of Africa's most enduring and powerful empires, the Kingdom of Kanem-Bornu, tucked away in the heart of Central Africa, around what we now know as Lake Chad. This incredible kingdom shaped the history of the region for centuries. So, how did it rise? What made it so successful? And what led to its eventual decline? Let's dive into the fascinating story of KanemBornu and its powerful dynasties. Our story begins around the 8th century with the Zaghawa people, who founded the Kanem Empire to the northeast of Lake Chad. Their early rulers, known as the Zaghawa Dynasty, laid the groundwork, but the real game changer came with the Sefuwa Dynasty, who took power around the 11th century. This new dynasty brought a monumental shift: the adoption of Islam. One of their most famous rulers, Muhammad, made the pilgrimage to Mecca and declared Islam the state religion. This wasn't just a spiritual decision. It was a brilliant political move. It connected Kanem to the vast and wealthy Islamic trade networks of North Africa and the Middle East. Suddenly, the kingdom became a major hub for the trans-Saharan trade. Gold, salt, ivory, and enslaved people flowed through its markets, bringing immense wealth and influence. The Sefuwa dynasty used this wealth to build a formidable military. Their secret weapon, a powerful cavalry force, equipped with imported armor and horses. This army allowed them to expand their territory, control vital trade routes, and protect their caravans from rival groups. For centuries, Kanem was the dominant power in the region. But, as with all great empires, internal struggles began to brew. By the late 14th century, a combination of internal revolts and external attacks, particularly from the Balala people to the east, forced the Sefuwa rulers to make a drastic decision. They abandoned their capital in Kanem and migrated southwest to the land of Bornu, on the other side of Lake Chad. This move could have been the end, but for the Sefuwa, it was a new beginning. They established a new capital, Engazargano, and began the process of rebuilding. This marked the start of the Bornu Empire phase of their history. It took time, but they eventually subdued the local populations and re-established their power. The golden age of the Bornu Empire arrived with one of its most legendary rulers, Idris Aluma, who reigned in the late 16th century. Aluma was a brilliant military strategist and a devout Muslim reformer. He modernized his army, introducing firearms and training his soldiers with the help of Ottoman Turkish instructors. He built a disciplined and powerful force that allowed him to reconquer the lost lands of Kanem and expand the empire to its greatest extent. He also implemented Islamic law, built mosques, and encouraged learning and scholarship. Under his rule, the KanemBornu Empire reached its absolute zenith, becoming a center of power, culture, and learning recognized across Africa and the Middle East. For the next centuries, the empire enjoyed relative stability and prosperity. However, by the 19th century, new challenges emerged. The Fulani Jihad, a series of religious wars led by Usman Dan Fodio, swept across West Africa, weakening Bornu's western territories. The empire managed to survive this threat, but it was a sign of changing times. The real blow came with the decline of the trans-Saharan trade. As European powers began trading along the West African coast, the overland routes that had been the lifeblood of KanemBornu for centuries lost their importance. The empire's economy suffered immensely. The final chapter was written in the 1890s when a Sudanese warlord named Rabi'a Zubair invaded and conquered Bornu, ending the 1,000-year reign of the Sefuwa dynasty. Shortly after, European colonial powers arrived, carving up the former empire's territory among Britain, France, and Germany, drawing the lines that form parts of modern-day Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. From a small kingdom by Lake Chad to a sprawling empire that shaped Central Africa for a millennium, the story of KanemBornu is a powerful testament to the complexity and dynamism of African history. It's a story of trade, faith, military innovation, an incredible resilience. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hidden histories. See you next time.